Numerous UFO sightings have already been reported in Connecticut, USA, since the beginning of 2021. So, what is happening?
Section 51. Section 51.
Hi everyone, what's up guys? DOZgeek here with Section 51. Big thanks again for your support to the channel. First, you can like and share this new video right now to keep supporting Section 51. And please stay with me until the end of this video. I hope you're well, I hope you liked the latest video. If you are ready, let's start right away. This time, let's focus on UFO sightings that have taken place in Connecticut, USA since the beginning of 2021. This is interesting because there was a lot of UFO reports in this area since January 2021. So what is happening? But first, and unfortunately, let me make it clear that we do not have authentic images of these reports. So the images you will see in this video are there to illustrate what will be said. I want to make this clear because some viewers tend to misinterpret some images. So in any video, whenever it comes to authentic images or authentic videos, I specify it. That's very important. Sometimes the sightings can be chalked up to lens flare. Other times UFOs are part of military operations that aren't exactly advertised in the news or on the internet. That could have been the case over Naugatuck on January the 6th, about 5:45 p.m. when a resident spied a relatively unusual looking UFO looking like a bright, slightly bluish ball of light with rope-like appendages hanging from it. The sphere was followed a short time later by an exceptionally large and loud helicopter. The military may also be responsible for the two triangle-shaped craft that buzzed the town hall on Main Street in Willimantic around 7 p.m. on February the 4th. The close encounter lasted only about 40 seconds, according to the report. There's been something in the air in Bristol these past few months too. 5 UFO reports have been filed with the New York National UFO Reporting Center from there since the beginning of January. January the 4th, around 6 p.m., a driver spied a bluish-green fireball with yellowish flames, tail, flying east to west at what seemed to be warp speed while traveling west toward Hartford on Route 2 West. The UFO simply vanished near the Connecticut River after less than 10 seconds. 6 more fireballs appeared over Mooseup on March the 24th around 7:30 p.m., but unlike the East Hartford phenomena, these moved with intent and intelligence.
2 of them moved or floated, the one on the left went from left to right, and the other from top to bottom. This was the most exciting and unbelievable thing I have ever witnessed.
The UFO dance continued for about 5 minutes before it dissipated. On January the 5th around 1 a.m., Bristol, a skywatcher setting up his telescope saw 14 lights traveling in a big figure 8 pattern in the sky like follow the leader, but they were in groups of 2. The amateur astronomer went back into the house and returned with an Edmund scientific laser and fired a beam at the bogey, as would you if you saw a train of UFOs and had a laser handy. As you might expect, the laser dispersed the lights. Then the lights reformed around the beam into their original figure 8, which nobody was expecting. The observer estimated the UFOs were traveling around 500 miles per hour while they formed the pattern, and their dance went on for 3 hours. Later, on the 5th, around 10 p.m., another light show was seen in the Bristol skies.
I saw in the sky about 13 or 15 strange lights in the sky. They were very large and dull in color, as though they were high above the clouds. 10 or 12 of them were white and flying extremely fast in sync with each other, making swirly shapes together. These lights would disappear for a bit and reappear every so often. Surrounding these white moving lights were 3 black stagnant dim lights in almost a triangular shapes around the white lights that consistently stayed present.
The reporters said the flying formation lasted over 20 minutes, zoomed over the whole neighborhood, and was reminiscent of a very strong light show that a Las Vegas casino would have. Later, around midnight, the morning of January the 6th, the mysterious flying pattern was spotted by another Bristol resident, who reported that they were like light bluish white circles moving in a figure 8 repeatedly for a few hours. The January 5 UFOs were also spotted further southwest. In a separate report, a Weston resident said a large, bright white teardrop-shaped object with a neon green interior crossed the road low in the night sky around 5:30 p.m. Its movement was swift, similar to a shooting star, but the object was much bigger and traveling low in the sky. In Walcott that same night, a couple of hours later, a woman and her boyfriend were sitting in her car when she saw a group of 3 lights circling in the sky out of the corner of her eye. The show lasted only 4 seconds, but she said she knew right away it was a UFO. Moreover, an acquaintance in Southington said she witnessed the same phenomenon around the same time. On January the 24th, above Bristol again, shortly after 7 a.m., there was a report of a falling UFO with brilliant streaks from all sides, like a spacecraft re-entering Earth's atmosphere.
It was just before full sunrise, and was brightly lit up against the lighting of the sun rising to the east over the horizon beyond it. Had substantial size based on the size in the sky compared with the huge satellite dishes of our company in the foreground. No noise was distinguishable during the occurrence. I spotted it and called to fellow officers to look, and the 3 of us all witnessed it.
The UFO then disappeared behind the tree line over the horizon to the east. Then, on March the 16th, shortly before 7:30 a.m., a perfect line of lights was spotted in the sky above the Bristol Home Depot for about 15 seconds. The phenomenon was too big to be one single craft, according to the observer, who described it as a sort like the S in Morse code. More globally, a scientific study noticed that reports of UFO sightings increased tremendously during the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, according to the National UFO Reporting Center, the New Fork. According to New Fork again, UFO sightings across the US increased by about 1,000 during 2020 when compared to 2019. The total number of sightings in 2020 stood at over 7,200, with the highest spike recorded in the US state of New York, where the sightings almost doubled. The jump in sightings may be due to a lot of people staying in during the pandemic and many leaving cities for more open spaces to get away from the virus. Most of the sightings were reported in last March and April, when lockdown measures across the country remained the strictest. New York City also peculiarly witnessed a spike in sightings. Sightings of UFOs or unidentified flying objects in New York City went up by 31% in 2020 from 2019. 46 such objects were spotted in the skies of the city compared to 35 such sightings in 2019. So how should all these recent reports in Connecticut be interpreted when considering this study? Are they real phenomena or collective hallucinations generated by stress? Stress caused by the pandemic. We have to admit that these phenomena have been seen by many witnesses in different places. So how can we explain all this? Is there a military base in Connecticut that could be a part of the explanation of these aerial phenomena? The closest are the world's first and finest naval submarine base New London, the US Army Reserve in New Haven, and the Connecticut Military Department in Norwich. So would these phenomena be linked to secret operations of experimentation of new weapons that could be conducted by a military base? Maybe some of you live in Connecticut and have their own theory about these phenomena. That would be great to share with us their knowledge of the area. The funny thing with all these reports is how some said the lights lasted minutes, and in this day and age you didn't whip your phone out and take a single video. So we don't have any video to illustrate these UFO reports, which is quite frustrating and disappointing knowing the large number of reports. As I like to say, you are free to believe what you want. I'm not saying it was necessarily aliens, but I find these phenomena strange. And moreover, it's incredible to have so many phenomena in such a short time in the same area. It raises a lot of questions. So please let us know what you think in the comments, and of course, if you witness this kind of phenomenon, please don't do like these people, take pictures of what you see. I hope you enjoyed this video. Section 51 is still on social networks, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Don't forget to like this video, share, subscribe, support Section 51. I'll be back really soon. Open your eyes, watch the sky, live long and prosper.